This lesson is designed for 8th grade science class. The topic is static electricity. Good morning, class. Today we will be discussing static electricity. We'll begin our lesson on static electricity by discussing the following questions. Have you ever been shocked after walking on a carpet or putting on a sweater? Okay. What about combing your hair? Getting out of a car with cloth seats? What caused the shock? Maybe static electricity, okay. Friction, very good. Describe your experiences playing with magnets. Have you noticed that sometimes two magnets will repel each other? What causes them to repel? Okay, negative charges, positive charges. You say static electricity. You say friction, okay. Why do your clothes stick together when they come out of the dryer? Yes, it could be static electricity. Why do you sometimes get a shock on a cold day when you touch metal? Okay, it is cold outside and metal sometimes is cold, and you think those two might attract each other. Okay. What other experiences have you had with static electricity? Okay, very good. We are going to do an experiment with balloons, fur, and wool, and also thread and string. We are going to be learning about static electricity. Static electricity is a stationary electric charge produced by friction. What is static electricity? Very good. A stationary electric charge produced by friction. Friction is the resistance that one surface or object encounters when moving over another. What is friction? Friction is the resistance that one surface or object encounters when moving over another. Very good. Now we're going to divide into groups of 3. Please pay attention as I demonstrate the experiment. I have a balloon blown up and tied at the end to keep the air from coming out. Now I'm going to hold the balloon against the wall. Observe and see what happens as I do this. Raise your hand if you can tell me what happened. Okay? You're right, nothing happened. Now I have a sock. I'm going to rub my sock against the balloon, and I'm going to put the balloon against the wall to see if it sticks. Did the balloon stay? Why do you think it stayed? Very good, because of the static electricity. Raise your hand if you can tell me what conclusions you got from this activity. Okay, when you rub the balloon with wool, negatively charged particles called electrons are transferred from the wool balloon, giving the balloon an overall negative charge. When the charged balloon is brought near a wall, it repels some of the negatively charged electrons to that part of the wall. Negative repels negative and positive repels positive. Now, one person from the group comes to collect 2 balloons, 2 pieces of thread or string, and a piece of wool or fur. Within your groups, you will be conducting an experiment. I am going to pass out a copy of the directions to each group. We will read and go through the steps together. Okay. Does everyone have a copy of the directions? Okay. Designate one person to blow and tie up the balloons to the balloons. Tie the string to the end of the balloon and give the balloons a static charge by rubbing it with your hair, fur, or wool. Once you have that, your balloon should look like this. 2 balloons and the string tied together. Now give your balloons a static charge. You can do this by rubbing your balloons with fur, wool, or even your hair. Now hold the balloon by the end of the string and try to bring the balloons closer together. Observe your observations. Now each group come to the front and discuss your observations. Why did this happen? Okay, very good. When we rub 2 balloons with wool, hair, or fur, each of the balloons acquires a negative charge. Negative charge particles called electrons are transferred from the wool, hair, or fur to the balloons, giving the balloons an overall negative charge as in the first activity we did. We know that an electron is a stable particle with a negative charge, and a proton is a particle with a positive charge. I'm going to add our science terms to our word wall. Now take out your science journals and write the words static electricity and friction as well as the definitions in your journals. Once you finish that in your science journals, write at the top of your paper, understanding what I've learned. Explain in your own words what causes static electricity and how static electricity is used or happens in our everyday life. And discuss the role of electrons and protons in static electricity. Let's review what we have learned about static electricity today. What is static electricity? Very good. What is friction? Awesome. What happened to the balloon when I rubbed the sock on the balloon and pressed it against the wall? Great job. What happened to the balloon when they were rubbed by socks? Great. We will have a test on the vocabulary words we've learned this week. Also, your words and definitions as well as the responses to the question you were to answer will be checked for grammatical errors, complete sentences, and punctuation. Please make sure you review your sentences before turning your journals in. This is the end of my lesson. Thank you.